What's poppin', guys? Today we are bringing the energy because we have a very fun video on deck. I've done one of these in the past and you guys seem to like it, so today I'm bringing it back. I'm going to be ranking your guys' favorite albums, your greatest of all time albums. The artists I'm going to be giving my hot takes on today include J. Cole, Drake, Lauryn Hill, Jacob Collier. We got all the genres, ranging from funk to rock, from 90s to the 2010s. Y'all better buckle up, because if y'all ready to go, then let's just get this thing rolling. So some time ago, I put up a Q&A on my Instagram asking you guys to submit the albums that you thought were the GOATs, the greatest of all time. So in this video, I'm going to be listing them off, giving you guys my opinions on them, the most popular songs, my favorite songs, and then finally, my final grade for it. The grading system will be just like school, where A's are the highest, F's are the lowest. And I'll probably have to throw in a couple plus or minuses there. So without further ado, I say we get right into it. This album was submitted by @MrJared on Instagram, and that album is Post Malone's Hollywood's Bleeding. Now this one might be one of the newest albums on the list. It's mainly a hip hop and pop album, but it has little sprinkles of rock in there. I guarantee you, if you've heard more than 50% of this album played on the radio 50 million times and you know every single word to them. It's highly emotional and all the songs have that Post Malone vibe, which if you rock with, it's good, but for me, it had a lot of songs and at times it was a little repetitive. Now talking about the most popular songs on the album, we've got Enemies with DaBaby, we've got Circles, we've got Goodbyes, we've got a crowd favorite, Sunflower, and personally, Sunflower is my favorite song on the album, along with Wow. And so with all things considered, I would give this album a B- grade. Now this next joint right here, Certified Slapper. This album right here is a little more eccentric, so I'm glad someone went against the grain and submitted this one. And the second album by Jacob Collier is Jessie Volume 3. Not too sure how to pronounce it, but I tried, okay? This album is beautifully chaotic. If I had to put a genre on it, I would say it's a little bit of R&B, a little bit of neo-soul, with a really heavy funk influence to it. It's a masterpiece, right? I'd be doing it wrong just fitting it into one label. Now this is Jacob Collier's album. He has some vocals, but mostly he produced it. And in this album, he does such a good job at radiating such a positive light and feeling from all the different melodies and sounds he sprinkled in. There are some incredibly talented and heavily underrated features on there, with some vocals from Tori Kelly, T-Pain, Kiana Lede. Also, Jacob Collier develops this really good contrast between the high-ranging vocals of his features compared to his deeper, like, I really don't think this album gets the attention it deserves, but if I had to pick its most popular songs, I would say it is Time Alone with You and All I Need. And maybe I'm biased because these also happen to be my favorite songs on the album, plus Running Out of Love with Tori Kelly. Giving this album a grade, I'm giving it an A. I have to give it an A. Now, we are keeping the momentum going with this next album. This album was submitted by both J Davis 12 and Morgan Bramble, and the album we got here is none other than J. Cole, Jermaine Cole's 2014 Forest Hills Drive. The genre of this album is obviously hip-hop, where J. Cole is really as hip-hop as it gets. He flows crazy on this album. It gives you that old-school hip-hop feel with kind of the old-school beats, but also it spices up the beats, which also kind of spices up his style. Now, if you know anything about J. Cole, you know that he is a storyteller. For the casual listener, you'll be able to just bop your head to the songs, get a sense that, yeah, he's pretty good at rapping. But when you look deeper into it, you can really understand the complexity of his raps and the depth in the stories that he tells. The album contains one of the greatest hands down hip-hop songs of all time in No Role Models. And must we not forget, this album went platinum with no features. The most popular songs on the album is probably No Role Models and Wet Dreams. And my favorite songs on the album is probably GOMD, Parently, and Love Yours. But with this album right here, I feel I'm giving it an A-. We're moving on to a legend here. This one was submitted by the bro 𝙤𝙀𝙀𝙀𝙀. This album is The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Lauryn Hill. Now before I say anything, I gotta say this. Put some respect on Lauryn Hill's name. The amount of talent she has with her vocals and also her ability to just spit in a rhythm that seems like she just freestyling at the lunch table. Extremely underrated by the new generation. The genre is hip hop slash R&B slash soul. The whole album is an iconic hip hop album. And then also her beautiful song X Factor was sampled by Drake in what you guys might remember as Nice for What. The songs on the album are long, pretty much all of them are 4 to 5 minutes. So I would have liked this album better if the fat was trimmed off a little bit and it was a little more condensed. There weren't too many features at all on the album, except when there were features, they were bangers from people like Mary J. Blige and D'Angelo. The most popular songs on the album are probably in fact Doo-Wop as well as X Factor, except my favorites are Lost Ones and Nothing Even Matters. And the overall grade for the album is a solid, real solid B. Now we're ending this with a thoomer, guys. Everyone watching this video better know this album. It's one of my all-time favorites. It was submitted by 𝙁𝙊𝙃𝙃𝙀𝙃 and it is, drumroll please. If you're reading this, it's too late. Let me tell you something about Drake. This may be controversial, but let me tell you something about Drake. He do not miss.
This motherfucker don't miss.
Now, I may be a little biased because this album came out when I was in 6th grade. You know, going into middle school, it was a very memorable time for me. But this album, in my opinion, is his best album to date. He has a song on this album for every single emotion in the book. For some of the songs like 6 Man and No Tellin', I could clean and jerk 300 to right now. And other songs like Jungle and 6 p.m. in New York, I could find myself crying in a bathtub. Honestly, looking back, I was kind of surprised he doesn't really have much features at all, besides a little bit of Travis Scott and Lil Wayne, which of course is like legit. But honestly, the songs with his features weren't even his best song. And honestly, I think if he would have had a little bit more features on his songs, that this album could have been perfect. Let me say it one more time. Perfect. Now, the most popular songs on this album, put a finger down if you remember these. Legend, Energy, 10 Band, No Tellin', and there's plenty more that y'all will probably be able to recognize, but those are the most popular. And then my favorites are probably Energy, Legend, and 6 Man. Now, grading this album, I'm gonna have to give it a solid, like 95% on the dot. And with features, it genuinely would have been an A+. And with that said, that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my takes. If you didn't, let me know in the comments what album you think I might have got wrong. Also, comment below what your favorite album that I included today was. I will definitely ask you guys for your music recommendations in the future, so be sure to follow me on my Instagram so you can be in the loop for next time I make one of these videos. If y'all haven't already, please like this video. If we can, I'd be delighted to get this video to 30 likes. And then while you're down there, why don't you go ahead, subscribe. I've been grinding and I really want to get to that 500 sub mark, because who knows, at 500 subs, I might have a special announcement and maybe a special giveaway, who knows. Y'all keep making your money moves and I will catch you next Money Moves Monday. We out.